Oh, Kick's not working either. Well, that means it's a restream issue. Oh. There we go. Nice. Nice. I think we finally got them all up and running, so that's good. Oh. It's one of those, like, it's cutting into sleep as well, but only for the first little bit. Like, once I'm laying down for a while and I'm not vertical, a lot of the pain in my back and my legs goes away, and I explain that to them, and they're like, "Huh, what do you think is causing that?" "I don't know. That's why I told you." If I've gotta figure it out myself, I'm damn well not paying you guys. Okay, so Kick's up and running. YouTube's up and running. Caster Labs is also unfortunately up and running, just in time to tell me that I have a bot on Kick. Thank you. It's so funny because, like, I don't really get those on I don't really get those on Twitch anymore. But on Kick, it's like inundated. My the automated software that's supposed to stop the bots is like working so overtime that like stuff is slipping through now. I'll get like 50 auto bans a day, and then it'll let 2 or 3 slip through, and I'm like, that's the exact same message of the last 10 people you blocked. What do you mean? Why did that one make it through? I don't understand. Okay. Now, game-wise today, I don't have a plan. I mean, that's kind of I know that's my deal. I know that's my thing. Um, been doing a lot of cozy days recently. I'm kind of just buying time. Be straight honest with you. I'm just like, well, in 6 days, in 5 days, in 4 days. That's oh god, can I tell you this is my other worry, right? It is so dumb. It's such a nerd problem. Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out on the 4th. What if I can't sit to play it? Like, I, I, I'm more worried about that than ever being able to walk again. I'm just like, that's fine. But what about Kingdom Come? Because I might need that. Oh gosh, what is broken now? No, that's fine. My I'm trying to like bring up my Xbox app and it's just like screaming at me. Did you play this game? Have you tried this? I mean, neither of those are out yet. Calm down. Ooh, that's right. We got some free stuff recently. Oh no, hold on. There, don't remember what game it was. There was a game on Game Pass that was like kind of like a cozy game that came out recently. And I was like, you know what? Let's see how big that is, and I'll just download it. That's what we'll play today. But it's not in the PC list. Let me see if I can pull up the. Oh gosh, the Xbox website is so slow. Eternal Strands. No, it's not that. Is that the Eternal? No, weird. Oh, and this list isn't even in order because it's still showing the new Hunt Showdown thing as the like second newest. Oh, Starbound. That's what it was. That's what it was. Man, is that console only? No, this says I can install it. Why isn't that in the other list? Huh. Don't know. I don't know if I feel like fighting that right now, right this second, though. You know what? I think since Lychee isn't here today, or yet, I think we might just Path of Exile. So I don't have to think at all. Yeah, let's do that. I'm so not thinking. I couldn't even find it in the list because I forgot what letter it started with. Oh, God. Not a good start. I swear. Good morning, Lychee. We have to talk about your timing. Too late. You already missed out. Good morning. We're gonna do some Path of Exile. I've already booted the game, and there's no turning back now. We're now stuck. If I can't manage, we'll swap. But I am on the downtrend as far as my back goes. So, oh well, no, like right before I booted the game, I was like, well, I guess since Lychee isn't here, I'll just play Path of Exile. And I booted the game up, and it came up to like the start page or whatever. And I suddenly get the first notification. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like not even 30 seconds. But I'm gonna try this for a bit, just see how I'm doing. I might not be able to manage, and that's okay. Like if my back stuff has definitely gotten worse. I might be able to sit for the 4 hours, but there's a good chance I will not be able to. I will most likely get up a few times, do some stretching and stuff, but if it gets worse, I'm just gonna go lay down. It's kind of the reason why I'm like, no, we're just playing Path of Exile because I've already got it booted. It's partially because like I've already done the thing and we're just gonna go with it. Oh, Path of Exile's got that weird layout. Let's see. Oh wow, does that look delayed to you? Really delayed. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize how out of sync my mouth was. Really bad. Like way behind. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's close out of VTube Studio and reboot it and see if that helps. Hey, it at least asked if I wanted to run it as administrator this time, so that's already a step in the right direction. It is very frustrating that the watermark is always there when you first start the program. They have this thing where it's like you have to pay $15 or whatever to get rid of the watermark. But the watermark's always there when you first start. It's not even a watermark, it's the little sprite here over my face. Yeah, the little fairy. Hey, why is the game not loading? The cozy jazz this morning. So I have I'm supposed to be setting up a MRI for stream. Or not stream. That would be kind of cool. See someone's like MRI just live on stream. Not how that works, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Also, my like sub tracking is broken, so like it just tells me it like doesn't exist. So we've got just still bad. It is still really bad. What is going on with that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It's a little delayed, but to be honest, I'm not fighting it. I'm too busy fighting why isn't Path of Exile working. It's so funny. Me and my wife were playing last night, because couch co-op lets me actually like lay down to play, and it's not auto detecting. That's the problem. Okay, I have to like manually key this in. Yes, 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 I see. Did that fix it? I really don't need scuff today. Come on now. There we go. Good. Let's move, I still need to move me up a bit. Good enough. That is good enough. Hey. And my tracking looks like it finally... Nope, it's still bad. I don't know, man. I just work here. Yeah, so today we're going to do a little bit of grinding. I think we're still on... I'm level 20. So we might still be on our first trip through on this character. This is the one where we're like, just lightning sparking everywhere. As far as the back goes, though, we're having to do an MRI. It looks like there's something going on with my nerves. They were hoping that if it was just slightly pinched, that a little bit of PT that would like properly loosen the back up would help. And it is not doing that. So the next part is looking. Why do I not have... Hold up. Why don't I have... What? How do I not have a flask? That was weird. I don't have a health flask at all. I now have to go buy a health flask. Let me see if I have one like in the box. Maybe I did something weird with it. I do occasionally like accidentally throw stuff like in here sometimes, but oh man, it's been so long since I've played on my main. Yeah, that's just gone. Boo. Anyway, we found a pair of, I want to say it's gloves that kind of partially cannibalize themselves. It gives you like extra frost, lightning, and fire damage, and 33% of all element is converted into those numbers, right? So like when you try to say you're doing a frost build and you're trying to do that to just like spread the damage type around, it doesn't work. But I had a thought yesterday when we got them of it. I mean, unfortunately, Leechy, it looks like there's a chance it could just be surgery. That's hopefully not what happens, but I can't even properly move right now. So like something has to change, you know. Unfortunately. And I'm like just not even fighting it at this point. I'm just like, make me better. I have too much stuff to do to not be able to move.
Reopen ancient gates of seven waters.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. Like I know like I kind of complain a bit, but my biggest worry is just not being able to stream anymore. You know, like I have all this stuff planned for February, but my back is only getting worse, not better. And I know, yada yada, take care of yourself, blah blah blah. But like for my mental well-being, I have to be able to like stream or work or do something. So I'm kind of not really worried too much about do I need surgery or not. I'm kind of at this point of just fix it. I know that's like really impatient, but I've been sick for 10 years. I'm done with it. kind of the reason why I started streaming to start with, is I was too impatient and like I couldn't physically go back to like physical work. So I was like, okay, I'll at least stream to feel some accomplishment, you know. That whole chestnut. But it hasn't been going well. I get like 3 steps forwards and then something else happens. My back went out last February, so it's almost been a year. It was like tail end of February. And I'm now like full circuit and I'm worse off than I was to like start with. Ooh, they did add something to this though. So for the longest time, we've been able to find like superior flasks, right? But there hasn't been a way to get the parts to make more superior flasks. Like there's a salvage bench for you to break stuff apart, but flasks weren't a thing you could put in it. And you finally can now, which is unfortunate because on my account and my wife's account at one point, I was just like, that must be something for Act 4. And I got rid of all of our like superior flasks we had saved up. And then the patch like 2 days ago fixed it. And now we can take flasks apart. And I'm just like, oh, well. But what's in the past is in the past. You like a roving band? What is up with that? That is one thing I do love is the rarity found. Definitely helps so much with just finding things. Ooh. Ooh, what is that? I don't think I've ever been hit by this dude's moves. The like little stutter he's giving me from like the little pokes, that's all I've ever seen. That giant thing where he's throwing out like the blood tentacles, like I've never seen that. Weird. I don't really care about all this, but I've like forgotten my buttons too. That's the worst part. I'm still breaking apart like the studded stuff. I'm still collecting all that right now, but at one point we'll stop picking those up as well. Kind of like once you're comfortable with how much currency you have, it becomes a lot less important on like collecting more. The amount of time it takes to like go back and fix stuff is just kind of too high. Bah, 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 bah. And like anytime I try to explain the pain I'm having, they just don't understand. I'm like, kind of like when your leg goes to sleep, that like numbing pain where like you can't really move your foot and stuff as well, but like it feels like either ants or needles are just stabbing the whole thing. That's what I have for my hips down right now. Like my entire lower half of my body or whatever has that feeling going on. They're like, huh. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like, y'all have got to, that scale was disproven like 15 years ago. What are y'all talking about? That scale was proven to be useless so long ago that it's slightly ridiculous that you're asking me these questions right now. I do hope we find a new bow and stuff soon. I've been using the same bow for a really long time. That's funny. Mobile just secretly hates us, Lychee. That's all there is to that. You'll never be happy as long as... Oh my gosh, I'm missing every single button on the planet. There we go. What else do we need? I didn't realize I didn't bring another stack of those with me, and that's kind of unfortunate. Thought I did. I keep hitting B for bag. That's part of the problem. Freaking, World of Warcraft got me hitting the wrong buttons. Hit map a few times again. So funny too, like the person that was like doing my PT today clearly only knows how to follow the script. Like, on multiple occasions said stuff that makes absolutely no sense for anyone with a brain to have said that. Like, it's so frustrating. And I know part of it's like they've got to follow the script a little bit, but there's like absolutely no I'm gonna die here. Absolutely no critical thinking skills at all going on in that head. Woo. This crappy flask is so bad. I totally dodged that. Okay. Good news is we don't have to beat this guy to completion. We just have to get him to like, I think 40 health, 40% health. And then he just leaves. There we go. And then we have ads and we're done with this fight already. And like just little bug ads too, so that are not even like ones I have to worry about. I say that as I run out of mana and start getting my butt kicked. We shall finish this. Not today. Make haste. There we go. This one's frustrating too, because we like come down here, see that he's put up like a wind wall, and then immediately just leave.
This is no natural sandstorm. We must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the
Welcome back from ads. So it's one of those, like, as long as I sit perfectly still, it's not as bad. But, like, it's also not getting any better. I don't care. Man, every single bit of it was bad. That's good. It's always a good sign. Oh, I bought Arc and then ended up not really liking it. We will still conductivity though. I think we're gonna put it in the spot I have Arc. I'm not really liking it. And then take this and throw this. Oh. Here. There we go. Good, good, good. so cool to see all these like the new builds of stuff coming out. Just like things that you're just like, why? Why is that what you chose? And then you see it and you're like, oh, well, I mean, it's not terrible. It's kind of funny though, because like for the most part, I don't have because of the options I've chose, I don't have a way to have like an amazing build for some of my characters. Because I'm like, oh man, Chrono would be great, and then I like pick Chrono, and it's like, actually, that's the worst option you could have chose. You fool! And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. There's the like BioShock teleporting thing that just looks really cool, but like requires you to have very specific items, and that's just never gonna happen. Okay, what are we throwing on conductivity? Heightened curse and focused curse. Let's see if I have the space for that. Man, alt tabbing in and out of Path of Exile is acting really weird today. It is not liking it. I wish I could just transfer out on a whim, like hold alt and just escape the window, but that's not how it works. What was it doing? I need gems. Doing gems. We're doing... Night on Shock is not till 41. Oh, that's because the gem I chose. Hold on. Burp, 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 burp. We're doing one heightened curse for this. I think it was heighten and focus. Yeah, okay. Feels like a weird combo, but only need a tier 2 for that. What's heighten? Oh, heightened curse is a tier 1, so I don't have to waste a tier 3 on this. Do a tier 1. Conductivity. Curse. And I have enough space still, so let's go ahead and burn the next one up. Focus curse. We still have like a bunch of gaps like all over the place, which is kind of weird to me. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Now, I actually have some of the stuff to make some of these things better. Am I using... Arcane Tempo, Pierce. Think I can do a tier 3 at this point, maybe? There's one called Acceleration. It makes the projectiles like move faster. Oh, it's a tier 1, even better. Oh, you know what? Let's do this first. Currency. Throw that in a spark. We'll move these down. I'm using Pierce for now to like pad a little bit. I don't have all the stuff I need to like properly work that, so I'm kind of filling in the gap with some temporary abilities. Oh gosh. There we go. Yeah, they move 40% faster. Once we get a little bit higher, the like auto pierce, but I haven't found a good piercing. Yes, you go get some food. Eat. eats all of the things because breakfast is required. Unfortunately, I have these days where I'm like, can we just not eat today? Because that'd be cool. I would love that. Knowing full well that makes absolutely no sense. Okay, can I do strip away and lightning exposure on my orb now? I think right now I'm using like magnify and stuff, but or not magnify, I'm using oh gosh, there's an ability that makes your like orb smaller, but it does more damage, and that's what I've been using in the gap, but we want to use that for the real goal there is to use that on bosses to like strip them of their stuff. Induction I will need at one point, but man, could you imagine double barrel on Spark? It'd be crazy. Doesn't work that way, but let's see what we're working with here. What was I wanting? Strip away is a tier 2. And what was the other one? Conductivity? No. Lightning exposure. This is a tier 3. Yeah, do that. Tier 3. Orb of Storms. Exposure. Oh man, that's gonna place it in here. Forgot about that. Good morning, Nola. Oh. Why did it not? Oh, there we go. Ah! How's it going, man? I am fighting for my life. It is a bit rough today. Kind of just in general, my back stuff has gotten really bad. So, we are kind of on the ropes with that, unfortunately. It's one of those, my back stuff has gotten so bad that I'm kind of not just losing control of my legs anymore. I am, just constantly in pain all the way to the bottoms of my feet now. That's not great. The, time frame that we're going to be able to stream is going to be probably less. I don't know. I'm hoping like getting up and moving a little bit and taking breaks will help. If not, we're looking at, if it doesn't start getting better, I might have to just stop streaming, unfortunately. Which is not what I want to do, because I actually really enjoy this. So, because if I don't stream, I will start spiraling emotionally. So to fight only on one front at a time, I'm going to still probably force myself to stream for a little bit to feel better about myself. That makes sense. Like, it's already bad enough that I was trying to do a like an 8-hour stream on the 4th for Kingdom Come Deliverance, and now I'm like, do I need to refund the game? At this point, man, I think it's time to throw out this Tamagotchi and get a new one. Like, sad houseplant wise, the dumb thing is like my upper back is great now. Like, that part is fixed. As long as I do like minor maintenance as far as like working out and stuff goes, that's better. My lower back has gotten so bad that like they were having me walk laps during PT today, and it's, I think, like 10 laps of this area is a mile, and I didn't even make it 2 before I had to take a break. It was really bad. They had this like recumbent bike thing, and I couldn't do it. Like, I was mostly using my arms, and I even told them that. They're like, okay. Like, that's not... Oh, God, where's the buttons I'm needing? So, with this lightning orb, where was I using... Oh, okay. I know why I did that. That makes sense. It's dumb, but it makes sense. I moved my inspiration off of Spark. Should I just do that at this point? I mean, I really like Arcane Tempo, but it's considered 4th in the list of importance. So we might, let's see, acceleration, conduction, and inspiration. I think conduction's a tier 2. Oh no, it's a tier 1, even better. Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, now I see what I did. Boo. I was like, why didn't that work? Immediately just made a second one without verifying that it made it in the stash. Like I said, I'm kind of out of it. It'll be all right in the end, but it's not a great sign. They are looking at, I have some MRIs coming up soon to see what's causing it, because at this point, like, it's clearly a nerve pinch of some kind. I think we're doing this, and then I'm just going to carry this other stuff with me for now. What else can I throw this in? Is there anything else I can throw this in to just, like, hold it? Sure. Arcane Tempo on Ice Nova. Sure. Actually, Concentrated Effect might not be a bad idea. Okay, we're going to throw our spares in Ice Nova for now. I'll fix that later. After getting those pictures done, the way they made it sound is that I don't get to leave after they do the MRI. Because if something comes back on it that's really bad or looks like it could be really bad, I might have to do a contrast MRI.
Yes.
Because clearly at this point, it's not just like all the bones are fine. The spacing of the bones looks fine, but for some reason I'm losing control and feeling in my legs. Where, like, I can't feel when I touch my skin. Because all it feels like is like my legs are asleep. That, like, needly pain that just stabs you all over. It's kind of my daily life right now. And that's no bueno. That is terrible as far as terrible can get. Definitely. Let's go here first. Good morning, Rye. How's it going? Feel really bad I haven't been able to play with you. We did the World of Warcraft thing, and then nothing has lined up since. And with my back the way it is, I'm like, man, streaming twice a day seems like a far off thought. Holy crap, that is so much bigger. What? Oh, I did want to see what this would do with Concentrated Effect. That is quite a bit faster, but... Oh, you know what I'm not doing? That I should do. That was really small. I did not realize the circle for conductivity was going to be that small. I do feel like conductivity might not be the way for me to go right now. Because I'm not getting as much bouncing as I was before. The guy staggered and I missed my like lightning exposure or conductivity. It's just not good. Not good at all. And he's already weak to lightning. Yeah, that is so bad. I think I was doing better before. Feeling a little funky. This part's great, though. How fast that's scattering out. Yes, thank you, Rye. I know you have a busy week. You go do your class stuff, and we'll still be here. Means a lot that you stop by. Been having a rough couple of days. And it's just slowly getting worse, and it's frustrating, because, like, when I first started physical therapy, it was loosening up and better, and then the more we've done, the worse it's gotten. And the original lady I saw was like, hey, like, if this gets worse even in the slightest, we need to stop. But then, like, I haven't seen her again since. And all these other guys I'm seeing are like, no, it's fine. I'm just like, well, who do I listen to? I'm not liking the new build. Where did I put? Let's take inspiration out for now. And we'll put inspiration in Ice Nova. And bring... Oh, wait. Can I do that? That's weird. Why can I put inspiration in Bowshot? Okay. Yeah, this is slowly getting worse. So I have MRIs and stuff set up that we're supposed to be doing soon, and hopefully, yeah, that is so much better. Okay, we're gonna leave Pierce on for now till I find something to fill the gap. Once I can fill the gap on Pierce, we'll probably be fine. But having one hit multiple times is way better. We'll have to get another elite to confirm, but yeah, that is crazy. Probably more mana expensive too, since I moved inspiration off of it, so I'll have to pay a little bit more attention to that, but I hate these volatile flowers, like, so much. They're, like, easy to dodge, but, like, you just constantly have to dodge because they're auto-spawning at all times. Okay, hold on. What were you saying? Try to get a bunch of work done during the day so we can play some WoW after Eth gets out of his game tonight, but it may be late. Yeah, because I think I normally try to end any type of like hanging out by midnight my time. And that's 10 p.m. Eastern though. If I'm feeling up for it, I might be able to. Yeah, go run. What are you still doing here? Like, it means a lot that you're talking to me, but now I feel like I'm just distracting you. Yeah. Not a lot, but enough to at least say I streamed. At least say I streamed to say I hung out. Like, I'm fine with that. I like completely spaced, and I was just putting down multiple fire circles. Not even what I was supposed to be doing there. Oh, it's not B. It's not B. Oh my gosh, my hands. I don't even have. Okay. The brain's on vacation, man. I don't know. Bye, Rye. I'll talk to you later, okay? all right. I'll still be around. My back stuff won't kill me. The worst that can happen is I'm just paralyzed from the waist down. I've already done that before, so it's not like it's the end of the world. The part that's the end of the world is that we live in a 2-story house. That's gonna be a rough time, but end up like just moving and living in a living room or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not too stressed about it. Not as much as all the other crazy crap going on in the world right now. That's got me stressed. My spine, I'm just kind of like, you know, it's whatever. I break in half, cool. That's fine. That's what you do, right? You just come apart like a Lego guy. I can just pull my previous legs off and give me new ones, right? Now, allegedly, though, they're supposed to, after the MRI, we might still do the physical therapy, but I might just need, cortisol shot to hold me over while we're getting me better. I know for one thing, gabapentin, the like nerve medication, just does not do it. Like even in the slightest. It's really bad. The one thing that was touching it is we had some, it's a 10-to-1 CBD THC gummy where it's mostly CBD with just the tiniest bit of THC in it. That was helping so much. Like the amount of lower back pain I was having when we had those was like way less. And I'm starting to wonder if it was masking the fact that my back was getting worse because we ran out like 2 weeks ago. Oh God, I'm gonna die again. We ran out like 2 weeks ago. And that's when the like pain in my legs was getting a whole lot worse. And this is something I'm realizing right this second as I'm talking out loud, that maybe my self-medicating was masking the fact that my back was actually getting worse, not better. Which is unfortunate, but most likely what's actually happening. Now, I think on this map, let me get this group down. I think on this map, yeah, we just have, there's a skeletal like statue thing that we need to interact with, and then we'll move on to the next area for the boss and the next map. The boss isn't on this one, it's on the next one. We have like a, I don't know, it's like a totem made out of bones that we need to interact with on this map. Oh, I didn't place my thing. There we go. The thing that's costing so much is the freaking conductivity. The lightning weakness is so expensive. Now, at one point, I might need to get rid of the firewall. But at this level, it's still like scaling really well. Once I start diving really deep into like lightning damage only, it's gonna start causing some problems. But there's also wrong button again. There's a move down here, lightning conduit. Falls down a lightning strike on all enemies in a cone in front of you. That is what we're going to attach to cast from shock. The I can't remember what the spell type is called. There is a status effect called shock, and when you apply shock, are we racing up to that? I think we are racing up. We'll race up to that, and then we'll spec out of it later. Do that. There's like these two paths right here. There's this one. The effect of your like curse duration, and there's another one that does this little like pattern where they don't connect. Oh, this one. These two are great. These two over here are great, but the problem is I need these. I need the lightning that's like farther down the tree right now. We're just gonna move towards it. Call it a day. We'll delete this line later, because later on down the line we'll start we'll come over and pick up these skills instead of those skills by the looks of it. Ooh, actually. To be honest, this is probably going to be better. The magnitude of shock and lightning exposure. We'll grab these first and then we'll grab this up. Come on. Man, Caster Labs is just being a pain in the butt today. Like, it'll be fine for a second and then like immediately poops itself. We didn't find what we need. We still have to find the we'll still need to find that ritual statue to get our extra. It's like a support gem, I think. Can't remember if it's a support gem or a spirit gem, but grabbing extras isn't gonna hurt, and it'll do a lot for my like emotional state to know that I have that checked off my list. Hey, Cure Our Mist just went online. He's fantastic. You are super cool. We raid her like kind of often. She's been playing a lot of retro games though, which is not really up my alley. I've realized a lot of retro games actually make me incredibly motion sick. So it's one of those like, I'd love to play that, but no thanks. And the dumb thing is like I can watch someone play it if I'm watching it on my phone, because it like, if I'm watching it on 1080p but on my phone, right, the density of pixels is so small that I don't get as motion sick. But if I try to put like an old retro game, hey, this is the thing we're looking for. If I try to put a retro game like on a 70-inch TV, it's just asking for a bad time. Okay, so in here we have the Mastodon fight, which I'm not 100% sure if this character can do. Like, I don't know at all. That fight's kind of incredibly hard if you can't kill off one of the enemies as fast as possible. That's weird. Why are two checkpoints like right on top of each other like that? Sometimes the like map generation, the quote unquote procedural map generation isn't very good. Whoa! Hey. Excuse me. Rude. Try not to go in there because he's like absorbing my mana. It's one of those like if I go in there, I'm gonna immediately be manaless. There we go. Ooh. What do we have here? Not the right button, that's what.
This has a history of its own.
Gain 0 to 40% increased movement speed at random when hit until hit again. That's a weird. These are like some really good evasion boots though. Let's put them on for now just to see what happens. It might be terrible. We'll find out. I might get hit once and just like instant die. Evasion's one of those skills that like kind of feels poorly balanced. Like energy shield is just so much better than kind of the rest of the stats. It's like energy shield and elemental resistance is like the big things. Partially because armor is calculated before resistances. So if you have 100% resistance to fire, and the attack you got hit by is a physical fire attack, you get hit for 100% of that. Like it's not great. Like the calculating order of what gets hit before what makes armor scaling really bad. Like it's pretty good in the early game when you're dealing mostly with like physical damage or whatever. A lot of guys that are doing like big hits, but then as soon as you take like even one speck of elemental damage, like it's way worse. Kind of funny because right now, like the tankiest build is actually a mage build. There's one that like makes it to where you only have one health. All your like energy and mana or whatever is combined into one just really large pool. I wonder if that means I could fish for faster run speeds. Because right now I have 10%. Now I have 12. Does it just increase each time or is it random each time? I'm just going to see if I can get hit. Okay, that put me down to 0, so that's bad. I'm like, here, let me test it. Immediately fails. Okay, good. I'm glad that's working as intended. It looks like, though, because my invasion rate is higher right now, I'm not, like, taking as much damage. Just kind of in general, and that's nice. It's very nice. We might wear these boots for a bit till I find something better. Especially since I don't think the boots I had on have any, I don't think the boots I have on have any movement speed. Ugh, it's not B. It's never gonna be B. Stop hitting B. Yeah. And it's got rarity on it. I didn't, well, just because it has rarity on it means I'm not taking these boots off for a bit. It's still not B. Keep hitting B for bags. World of Warcraft's got my brain tainted. I'm zooming now, though. That's kind of nice. Like, purposely tried to end the fight with getting smacked in the face with a faster run speed. That might be the way to do it. I'm, like, zooming now. Obviously not as fast as, like, some of these ridiculous online builds, but... like, I'm not entirely sure how people are doing some of these, like, cast on frost or cast on lightning builds, because like it still pulls from your mana pool. And like I see some where they like cast one ability and it's just like blowing up the entire map, and I'm just like, how do you have enough mana for that? Like, what? I'm gonna die here. I tried to do I'm also playing a sorcerer with my wife, and I have my chrono sorcerer over there. So I'm using a lot more of the word I'm looking for, like chrono magic. And there's an ability that lets you like rewind your state to a previous state. And like I took damage and I like hit up on the Wazda to try to teleport back to my previous location. It's not how it works. You know, we'll grab that. It might be one of those things that I might have to only make like shorts and stuff for a bit if we swap over when Kingdom Come comes out, because not being able to sit down and play that style of game for a long period of time would be kind of detrimental. It's one of those, like, you know, there's a lot of story in it. But there's also a lot of just you kind of goofing around as a 15th century peasant or whatever. It's not an easy game to play for 30 minutes and then, like, get up. Oh, man, this is it. Oh, man, that was bad. Like, maybe this evasion will help out, and then, like, I haven't evaded a single hit. Okay, he's moved over to this side. Build is so mana hungry. Ugh. I'm so glad he did not have the Doom Orb up when I did that. Oh yeah, go down. I feel like getting the mage down is normally easier in this fight, but I've also never had him do this many back-to-back like forward cleave stomps. He's normally doing this when I fight him, the like runarounds, but he's not doing those as much this time. It's been a lot more just forward stomp. There we go. Good. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, let's just teleport and we'll come back. Actually, let's do this and we'll come.
The great steed's tusks I shall honor.
This would be a whole lot better for us anyway. However, I think like maybe we need to change this up. There we go. Our chillaxing music wasn't quite cutting it anymore. But that's too quiet? What is going on with this? There we go. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to do like our stuff here real quick. Our like inventory management. Grab the stuff that's still on the site. And then I'm going to get up and try to do some like stretching and see if that helps. Because I am kind of reaching my limit already. Oh, +1 to all minion skills. That'd be great. Actually, I should probably throw that in the box for Shim when I knew. It's a level 17 strength dex helmet with minion skills on it. I know it's not quite the stats you're going for, but aren't you still using like your original helmet? Huh? Oh. Yeah. That's a really good one. I don't want to get rid of it, but all the other ones are like +18 to like find or like way better. I have to start throwing stuff in my second armory back up.
What?
Actually, you know what? It'd probably be better to do. Cool. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, you know what I did want to do though, before we went back out? Let's there we go. Cleric. I am having a day of it, Cleric. It is my back stuff has gotten really bad, so I'm actually in the process. I'm going to take a short BRB. So if you want to chill with the music, that is great. I have to make a trip back to the map we were running and pick up our loot, because I did have to leave some stuff behind that I actually wanted to check. Thank you for the lurk, though. it's really helpful. Like kind of helpful to the point of like seems a little silly. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick lap around the house and a stretch. And I mean, it's nerve damage. So like the chances of it getting better immediately is incredibly low. Yeah, I mean, as much as that does have a little bit of extra energy shield on it.
Speak up. Stay inside.
Okay, I'm gonna get up, do my stretches. It won't take me more than 2 minutes, and then I will be right. There we go. That helped a bit, but not enough to say I'm like better. Oof. It's just not as painful now. The frustrating thing is like as soon as I sit back down, it just gets worse again. There doesn't seem to be like immediately better situation. You know what I was going to try to do today though? I'm trying the kind of ice pack on my back. I don't know why they keep saying this is going to help because it's not my spine, but you know. Whatever makes them feel better.
Not here, not now.
I have to be careful because I can't really feel the area. So like, I realized the other day I was trying to get in the shower, and there's a specific way I heat the shower up. I use exclusively hot water so it heats
I can
faster.
only imagine how beautiful you must have
And then I
been.
turn it down till it feels comfortable on my skin. But I was like testing it on my leg, and I was like, okay, that feels about right. And then when I stepped all the way in the shower, I burnt the ever-loving crap out of myself because it was way hotter than was okay. I just couldn't feel it in my legs. I hate this area. These stupid little stone guys have always bugged the ever-loving crap out of me. And since this area has so many like big, open, wide areas, it's really hard for me to take advantage of all the ricocheting I have. I have to find like fake choke points like this. I feel like the I have an arcane tempo on it isn't very good. Say that, but like then when we're fighting bosses, like it hits so much harder. Oh, Cleric, I actually got to play a little bit of I got to play a little bit of Helldivers, and I kind of realized a problem. Farming super credits is just awful. I've been trying to play that game like 100% free to play, and farming super credits is probably the worst thing in the entire game to be doing. Like it used to like be a little bit better because like it would count them as soon as you pick them up. So you would like run a mission, restart the app, run the exact same mission again, so you didn't have to look for a new mission with super credits. But because super credits don't scale with difficulty, you're actually kind of losing out on like time to earn that stuff by not running it on trivial. And running it on trivial is probably the most disgusting, boring, horrendous thing you could ever do. Like, it drives me crazy. I ran it for like 2 hours yesterday. Day before yesterday, I don't even know. And I got like maybe 70, 80 credits out of it. And I was just like, man, I need like 400. It's not even worth it to me at all to run those. Like, it's kind of nice that they gave you like a way to earn it, but the fact that trivial is by far the best way to earn super credits. And then like playing with other people, they hardly ever want to do side objectives anymore. They'll run the main objectives and we'll pick up like loot on the way. But nobody wants to complete full maps. It's main objective and then out the door. But, you know, good luck running a tier 5 on your own. Or a tier 7 on your own without like a full team. Allegedly, there's a way to do that type of stuff consistently with like smoke grenades, but that doesn't sound fun even in the slightest, you know. Let me run this whole map without fighting anything because I'm using smoke grenades the whole time. I think I would rather just not play anymore at that point. Like, and like, I know super credits aren't expensive. It's like, what, 100 super credits for $1 or whatever, roughly. So like, if you pay like, I think it's like $20, you'll get enough for 2 of the battle passes or whatever. And the unfortunate thing is with that game is like, The only real reason to keep playing is to play with your friends or to try out the new weapons and stuff. And all of the new weapons outside of like a few handheld or like a few handful of events, like completing a major order or whatever, like a specific major order to unlock a gun. Outside of that, they're all locked behind like a paywall, which like it's already kind of rough because it was like a full price game. Or at least over 40. I can't remember what the original buy-in was. I didn't pay it. I had it on Game Pass. Or not Game Pass. PlayStation's version of Game Pass. PlayStation Plus, whatever it's called. So that's the way I've been playing it, so I didn't have to pay for it. I also didn't love the whole idea of the like core level anti-cheat on PC, so I'm like, you know, I'm not too concerned. We're gonna do the step into the Lost City and step back out. If I remember right, there's a waypoint in here.
Buried beneath shifting sands.
We'll hit the checkpoint too, just in case. Now that last, I can't look at the last area till we go back above ground. Great. I can't even feel this cold on my back. Like, probably not a good sign at all. Oh yeah, what were we looking for here? Is it just the shrine? Constrictor Queen in Keth. Oh, she's in like a dip. There's like a kind of like a bowl you fight her in. Her arena is like partially underground. It's so silly too, because like there's so many ways to like brick your character as a sorcerer. And like you're like ridiculously strong under level 10. Like to the point where it's kind of silly, right? You hit your like mid-20s and like unless you're like really hyper geared or whatever, you kind of start falling off again for a little bit. But then like late game you're like immortal. It's really weird. Poor Warrior has like a similar problem where like for them sub-level 40 is incredibly hard just because of how melee is treated in the game. Melee is like being able to get like stagger lock, because it's not even stun, it's like a stiffen effect, because you get hit and it's just enough to like interrupt your animation or whatever, right? But that can happen over and over and over again. Would it be worth throwing an Exalted in this? Let's throw one in it, because it's yeah, that's a double. We'll throw one Exalted into it and see what happens. I never put these stupid boots back on. That's why I was taking so much damage. Oh my god. Oh, did that wrong. Yeah. Lightning damage. Fire damage. Boo. Yeah, it's unfortunate. The extra lightning damage is nice, but that's not how I'm using that one, so let's break it apart for its shift.
Young one.
I really need ones that like they have to have because of the way spellcasting works. I need the increase in level more than anything else. Kind of why yes, I have not been properly organizing my stuff. I've completely avoided doing this. I have not had Welcome back, Lychee. I have not had the wherewithal to give 2 cares. In shambles, very. Just don't look at this page. This page has not been touched or properly dealt with in a very long time. I just have not felt up for it. You know, I could just throw 2 lightning runes in that. Unless I have a pin. I have one that does pin. Oh, hold up. No, that's attacks with the weapon. I technically don't attack with this weapon. So what if we put mana per kill in it? Let's try that, see if that does anything for us. That was Lychee, though. Did you finally at least get some footage? Okay, what are we looking? Ah, it's still not B. I'm never going to learn it. My entire brain just cannot figure out that there are 2 different buttons. I still have not grabbed, I still haven't grabbed identification scrolls, like scrolls of wisdom or whatever. Wait, what? Now what? You're in shambles because of an angsty card story? What does that mean? I think I'm going to need some more context there, because I do not understand. Ugh, that initial spawn point when they like slam down. This entire build is based completely off like the silliest prospect. And the fact that these, the lightning tracers are projectiles. I still don't have everything I need for it. There's a specific bow that doubles up or increases like kind of exponentially, the way your, quiver works. Quiver. That's the word I was looking for. There's a bow that was like, makes your quiver like 3-4 times stronger or something like that. And, I've always thought that was like really dumb, like legendary. I'm just like, that's stupid. Who would want that? And then I saw somebody's build that like made the lightning chasers so much higher. And I'm like, oh, well. I see. Welcome back. I didn't realize halfway through that you got thrown in ad jail. At one point, I'll actually get around to getting nitro, so I don't have to ever do that again. I always feel bad because there's like some channels that I'm just like, they'll ask me like a really important question on like whatever content they're like doing, and I can't answer for 3 minutes because I'm in jail. Did I finally get those boots back on? One of these days. There we go. Yeah, I did get the boots. That's good. You know what I haven't found? I haven't found another plate belt. Okay, this is the one that's already looted, I think. Yeah. Where's this gonna be? Here, maybe? Actually, that looks exactly like that's what it is. Because it's always flanked by, like, some bigger buildings. Or not. Well, bananas. Hey, here it is. Get all these side characters out the way. Don't need to be dealing with no ads right now. Fight's not hard, it's just pain in the butt. I say the fight's not hard, but like my current build feels like it's kind of all over the place. There we go. Like, I feel like the exposure might not be, or conductivity might not be worth it with, the one that shortens the time frame but makes it stronger. I feel like I almost need persistent to make it mana worth it. And the fact that like her entire stupid energy shield went away.
Out of mana.
Oh, that's not a good sign. There we go. Come on, Lightning Orb. Really need you to do your job. They made this, the people were complaining about being able to get trapped in ads and on friends and like making combat kind of hard. So they reduced the size of your hitbox, so that you could kind of roll through enemies a little bit better to make that specific process quicker. Or cleaner, sorry, cleaner, not quicker. But when they did that, it made it to where like all the mechanics, like these bone walls, you're supposed to destroy the bone wall to get out. Like clearly that was what the original design was, because you couldn't roll through it and you couldn't whatever. But when they shrunk it to give you the ability to roll past, minions, it kind of broke a lot of the combat encounters and making them incredibly easy. There's a fire boss in the second one that like locks you in a hallway made of bones. And now you can just roll through it. Instead of like having to know when it's coming and run to the end of the hallway to get free, you just ignore all that and roll through all of it. You just immediately roll to the side and like don't take any damage. It is definitely on the silly side. Kind of like this whole build. This whole build is on the silly side too. There we go. Ooh, no, it's a 2-point quiver. Darn it. There's a quiver that does penetration is the stat on it, and it really helps with these sparks, because that combined with the bow that increases the stats of your quiver, you can make your lightnings, your lightning chasers here. I think it's called spark in this game, not lightning chaser. But you can make that 100% pin. And that's the whole point of the build that we're trying to do, is we're just trying to get to 100% pin and see where we're going from there. Man. Unfortunate. I keep like failing my rolls. I need the increased like projectile increased projectile damage. Sometimes I wonder if I should bail on Kick. The amount of just like, you get a lot of good people over there, but like, they're not monitoring bots. They're not monitoring like people losing their accounts. Like, there's a bunch of really weird stuff that goes on with Kick, and I don't know how I feel about it. Oh gosh, he can also flame wall? That's rude. Only I can flame wall. Oh, okay, okay. I keep forgetting it's his pot that he casts his magic out of. Like his alchemist urn or whatever. There we go. Hey, a plate belt. Perfect. We've been looking for a plate belt for a bit now. There we go. Oh gosh, what was I saying? Didn't I just pick up something I was really excited for? Oh, it's a plate belt, but I don't have any more. I need to just have a stack on me. Especially with the whole thing where I'm like throwing down the stuff I don't want to like even bother with on the ground. And then I keep forgetting to bring my actual identification scrolls. Now, this type of area, this is the one reason why the pin is so important, is I can send these little like shocks way farther than I can see normally. Or you do stuff like this where you like approach a room and I just electrify the entire room. I'm really liking it. I've been slowly liking more and more. You know, when we go back, let's go back now. And we'll do a quick salvage operation, and I'll try to remember to bring my identification scrolls so we don't have to do this as often. It's not like I don't have a bunch of them. Ooh, how's that belt, actually? Better than what I've got. Good. Everything else is just garbage. Unfortunate. Like, I could try to roll the bow, but I could also just head back now. And we just won't talk about it. So, I have, had a few ideas for shorts and stuff to make for Kingdom Come Deliverance. There's a bunch of, like, combos and stuff in the game. Where, like, with certain weapons and certain scenarios, you can do, like, some really cool, like, force their sword away to smack them in the eye, that type of thing, right? Ooh, hold up. Let's get all these the small guys first before I open that. It seems like a really bad idea. I'm dead. Oh, stupid bugs. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, the running stuff in Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? So I plan on doing, you know, Lychee already made her point known if she wants the first run to be a good person run. So we're going to try to do our good person run. Allegedly, there isn't a pacifist achievement this time around. But again, allegedly, there hasn't been like an official list yet for what achievements we have. However, the one I saw that sounds completely real is Lent. You have to follow the rules of Lent for the entire game, because allegedly second game takes place during Lent. And I don't know why that's so fascinating to me, but I kind of love that concept of like Henry now just can't eat meat. Like, I don't know. I love weird, dumb, like, excuses for challenges and stuff that are then directly attached to, actual achievement, you know? Achievements for achievement's sake isn't, like, fun to me, but, like, well, of course he wouldn't eat meat. It's Lent. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's all I needed. The first one, like, you were trying to be a good Christian, so you don't kill anybody, and the only person you killed is the person that killed your family, and that's it. Like, that's the other one. And I'm like, you know what? Cool, that makes sense. Staying celibate until you're married is one of the other ones, like, and the hardcore runs I always did. I did it on hardcore Henry, which is the max amount of negative stats you can have on yourself. And then you beat the entire game with that setup. Just burnt through every single one of my healing things. These little beetles, man. I don't think I've ever struggled with these beetles as much as I have recently. And the funny thing about that is, like, I saw somebody talking about the beetles being like the biggest way to lose a hardcore run. No, you're good. The beetles being one of the easiest ways to lose a hardcore run. I'm like, nah, that's full of crap. The beetles aren't anything. And I've almost died to them like 3 times, and we did die to them once already. So I'm like, maybe my other builds were just really good at killing beetles. I don't know. Because I am definitely struggling this time around. I think part of it is I'm having to depend on my lightning orb for stuff that's like in close proximity. And the beetles eat my shock before it can like properly spread back to them. Now the shorts idea was I want to show all those combos and stuff off and like have that as just like a little side series of just like, this is how this stat works. This is, you know, this is how this combo works. And then literally not even have words for it, of just a little infograph on the screen. Maybe if there are words, it's just going to be like, this skill doesn't work. I'm dead. Oh my god, the beetles. I couldn't roll through them. There wasn't a far enough landing point to let me roll out, so I rolled in place. I don't understand. Like, I now get what people were complaining about, but man, it's the first time I've ever had to struggle with the beetles. What I get for just this morning thinking that the beetles were overrated, and they're like, yeah, watch. Bet. These like terracotta guys are like the ones I used to struggle against, and the lightning is just completely destroying them. Like running away from beetles. You know what it reminds me of? The Mummy movie. All the scarabs or whatever at the end that eat Benny. I'm just like, no. My worst nightmare. Death by chew. Yet another movie reference, because I don't have any of my own words. I'm just an AI, like spitting out crap other people have said before. As long as I don't have to use conductivity, it seems like for the most part my build does plenty of damage till these jerks show up. God, and they just hit so fast. There we go. They're like manageable as long as I can get them in like a scenario that works. It's not ricocheting around the corner like I wanted. Oh, well, the guy died. Doesn't matter. He's not even there anymore. What would kind of be great in the early game, I think, would probably be having Blasphemy. I don't know, like maybe Cast on Shock would be that much better, but I kind of doubt it, to be straight honest with you. Cast on Shock feels like it's going to be not until I get a really good late game Cast on Shock ability. I think right now the best option would probably be, you know, I am technically using a bow. I do have a spirit or a skill gem on me. Is it this one? No, this one. Projectile sustained lightning AoE duration. Now, I have another build that uses this. The lightning rods. And I've been trying to avoid making all of my stuff very similar. But Voltaic Mark and the lightning rods would kind of be fantastic. Question is, though, how much is that temporarily going to change my build? You know, here, let me see if I have, before I go committing to that, do I need to upgrade any of my major abilities? Do you have to upgrade sparks? We're not going to waste that yet. That puts my spark up to 9, which is kind of fantastic. What I need is either cast on shock. I think right now they changed the way that Herald of Thunder works. Yeah, with attack damage. I think that's the part that makes it different. Yeah, this one wouldn't work because it requires me to actually fire the arrows. The Herald of Thunder would be like horrendous for us. The one I was thinking that might be a good stopgap though is this one. It makes your curses an AoE, and having that just kind of persistently be up and I don't have to use mana for it might be a good temporary like holdover. When we go back to town, I'll have to find a tier 2, not a tier 2, but I think a tier 8 spirit gem. What is that? Super beetle. How are you even fitting through that door, man? You're like way bigger than it. Works for me. Oh, so yeah, the shorts. Kind of want to run, like the whole thought I have for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is to massively start cranking out short 30-second shorts, tie them all to each other, shorts or TikToks, whatever you want to call it, and tie them all to each other. So like, say you want to know the combos for short sword or whatever, just quick video. This is exactly how you fire it off. All that will show on the top of the screen is the button command to fire off the combo, and maybe words if something is broken or something specifically needs to happen. But outside of that, it be just a game sounds, easy to crank out video. There's so many like combos and weapons and stuff in that game that wouldn't really be hard for me to crank out like 10 or 15 of those, spread them out to auto come out over the next couple of days, and it's actually useful. Like, I really have a hard time with this whole concept of shorts being like engagement bait or that type of stuff. Like, I hate that. I hate that like a lot, actually, to the point where like I'd rather not be successful than to engage in it. Like, it's one thing if it's part of your community's like joke, right? Like making an engagement a post about arching water, right? Just because of the dehydrate thing. Like, it's an in-group inside joke between everybody that stops in here. That's one thing. But being like have you ever seen people post like Reddit stories and then they never finish it on purpose, and they never plan on it because the original post was just to get people to ask, where's the rest of the story? Like, I hate that stuff so much. Like, it just feels so dishonest that it upsets me on a level that it shouldn't. Yeah. Ooh. Or they'll show off like a really cool scene from an anime, and the only way to figure out what anime or show or whatever that's from is to go into the comments and like talk, and I'm like, no, that's a load of barnacles. That's not okay to me. Like, even in the slide. Oh, we are gonna die from beetles again. We are gonna get beetled. Something about a beetle battle with paddles. I don't know the entire thing that my crazy wife says. The Dr. Seuss thing. I don't know. Somebody else, I think Venilis was was saying it in his stream the other day because he's got like a 2-year-old, and it's like their favorite Dr. Seuss book is the really, really rhymey ones. Like they all rhyme, but then you have like the tongue twistery books. Oh, more beetles. Yes, that one. I don't. So we have that soundboard where I can make it sound like I'm from Fallout. I've been thinking about just recording another edit of I don't want to set the world on fire from it, because like I really like the sound of the reverb in it, but it sounds like old school radio, so I can't use it for anything else. And I'm like, I went through all the hassle of setting that up. I feel like I gotta use that for stuff. I'm over here, you know, I don't want to set the world on fire as I set down like 500 fire circles trying to set every single beetle on fire. The world can go with it, it's fine. Oh, these aren't real? Some of the pots you can like damage and get stuff out of them. Some of them you can't. What are we even in here for? Galeria. Okay. Galeria. I don't know who that is. I don't remember. This is a room I don't want to go in. Y'all can stay inside that door and fight me single file. Oh, that's weird. Really? Was that it? Just 3 beetles? Okay. The room looked way more important than that. Oh well. Man, the whole thing feels stupid too, because like, it feels like if I could just pop my lower back and relieve the pressure in my back, it would be better. But we're jumping through all these hoops to like make sure that it's okay to do that first. And I get it, you know, like it sucked to pop my back and then just be paralyzed, but I'm just over here like, you know, a chiropractor fixed this the first time around and he did it in 2 months. Can we just pick up the pace, please? It's been almost a year. I was even worse off the first time compared to now, and it's taking longer. It's one of those like, it's one of those hospitals that's like wink, wink, non-profit, but like definitely aren't operating like they're non-profit. However, I do later this month, on the 30th, I think, finally get an appointment with our like a competent doctor, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah. Well, no, it's not profit. It's increased operating costs because the 3 people that are at the top of the hospital needed a 400% payment bonus for being so nonprofit. Profit would go to the company. That's just their salary. How it's different. Bah. Just sleazy and I hate it. I've always hated that type of stuff. It's like, do you know, like, autistic people, right? Have, they're considered to have a strong sense of justice, and that's something wrong with them. They'll ask you questions like, if no one knew, you knew for a fact no one would know that you stole from an orphanage, would you steal from an orphanage? And if you say no, it's considered a bad response. Because if no one would know, a normal person would steal from an orphanage is the proper response there. And I'm like, how is that like, why? You know, like, I don't know how I feel about y'all being normal then, you know, like having a strong sense of justice is considered a negative because it's too strict. Oh gosh, what is it? A too strict moral basis.
The ninth treasure lives.
Oh no, I can't even tell what's mine and what's theirs. So gonna die in this fight. So dumb too, because like this fight was so easy any of the other times I've done it. I love this build. I love the way it feels, but like I definitely don't feel like it's as good as the Ranger version of this build. The one where I'm using the like chained arrows or whatever. It's gross. Hey, I didn't hit the checkpoint till like midway through the fight though, so I got all my flasks back. We will take that emerald. Actually, I can take all of this now because we did actually brought identification stuff. But was that wasn't the only thing we needed from down here, right? No, we're still going to the buried shrines. Okay. Let's check this checkpoint and see what we're looking at. I don't believe I found the next area yet, right? Oh my god, is it like right here? And I went through like the rest of this map for absolutely no reason. Oh no, look at this. I bet that's it. Oh, I teleported like 18 inches. Okay. I was hoping at some point we're supposed to help Neapolitan get some more ranked games in. But her
You will burn.
her whatever I'm dead. I'm so dead. Get me out. This is why I need Blink, by the way. The amount of just getting like trapped is so bad. There's one that's like a voltaic stomp when you like blink and like destroy stuff at the same time. You know, I know
These were meant for mortal eyes.
I know it kind of sucks to get ads that aren't meant for you, but for me, I prefer that. Because like the amount of times, what was it, Apple that got in trouble recently and they settled a class action lawsuit. But the terms of the class action lawsuit had to say that they were not listening to people through Siri. But then they still paid it off. Like that they weren't listening through Hot Mic. There was a thing that, like, you know, it's a class action to settle that if you've had any iPhone in the past like 20 years. But part of the settlement is to say that that never happened and that the payout is for no reason. I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. Because if you say that you did, then that's, you know, currently against quite a bit of the legal stuff recently. If, you know, China's listening in on us from a phone made in China. Probably not the greatest marketing stuff right now. And the dumb thing is it like boils down to like $20 a person or something, and then the lawyers get like 50% of the total like lawsuit. But class actions are great, but they're also just a load of garbage. There's a few, or it's like there was one a while back where they lost like 200 million people's social security numbers or something. Can't remember the exact number, but it was one of those like, how are y'all still like not buried under the jail? And like the payout was not even $10 per person. I'm just like, I am probably 100% positive y'all just sold that stuff yourself and made more money.
I have no space for that.
Perfect. Also garbage. Oh, that's got a point on it. Garbage. Garbage. Oh, wait, was that superior? No, shimmering. Shimmering and not superior. Make ourselves some more space here. Man, I don't even remember what I was talking about. So yeah, I want to do those. But the only way for me to do it is going to be in the silliest way possible. Of just cheating. Because, like, to level your sword skills and all that in Kingdom Come Deliverance, it takes a very long time. However, there's also just, oh god, what's it called? Like, debugging tools. It's where you hit tilde and you just type stuff in. I can't remember what the name for it is. I think that's going to be the only way. I think that's going to be the only way for me to do that in any amount of, like, time frame. So, like, we're going to start streaming it the first day it's available. And then I think I will create a second account, like, that afternoon to just immediately cheat up so I can throw those videos up. Just set all our skills to max, see what the interactions and stuff are, and then crank out the minimal editing possible videos. Like, some of it's going to be really easy because it's just do the combo, do it in a way that's smooth, because, like, unfortunately, some of the training arenas in that game are kind of rough. But it might be one of those that the only way for us to do it is to run through the game. Like, I don't know how far into the game it is till we get to our first, like, training arena. It could be like 6 hours in. I don't know. You know, I don't even remember why I'm in this crypt. I've been down here for so long. I don't even know what we're here for. Like, I know after this we have to do the Valley of the Titan. But till then, I don't... What? I looked away to, like, pop my health pot to make sure I had one, and just detonated. That was kind of crazy. Go this way instead. It does... Oh my god, really? Okay. I'm like, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna fight different enemies around this quarter and then, like, immediately come across a, like a boss type dude. Yeah, I think Blasphemy might be the better way in the beginning till I have enough spirit to be able to proc a bunch of stuff at once. Blasphemy just giving you an aura is ridiculous. It's what I plan on doing on my my CC Sork. Was there anything in this area we needed? Buried Shrines has Elemental Offering and the Guarded Sarcophagus. This is taking us to a new area here, the Heart of Keth. I think that's for the, oh, we're after water here. Essence of water, that's what we're here for. Okay, let's find the guarded thing first and the other little mini-boss. Wait, it was Guarded Sarcophagus and what? Oh, the Elemental Offering Room. Okay. The Elemental Offering Room, I could probably skip over without much of a problem, but it'll always bug me that the map has, like, a non-checked off an achievement thing, so might as well do it. I think this... No, that's not Guarded Sarcophagus. That's bats. You can't tell if they were doing like a ranged like squeak or something at me, and that's what was destroying me, but kind of rough. I can't tell you. Okay, so like I play this game with my wife as well. We really like this style of game, like couch co-op wise. The amount of control though that you get with controller is so bad. Like the targeting is just awful because instead of firing your abilities in an area, it fires them to a locked on target in the area in front of you. So like, say there's a guy like back here I want to fight before killing everybody else in the group, right? Like, you know, one that shoots down the like toxic purple flowers. Sometimes in those maps that have those, we chase those guys down first. On the PC version, I can just highlight that person, and if I have an attack that shoots that far out, I can just do that, and it'll shoot past the rest of the group. That's not how it works on controller. You have to shoot at what's targeted. So sometimes that targeting, even though you're facing like this direction, will shoot people behind you. Like it's closer to like Brotato than it is anything else. Like it's just auto-targeting the next closest enemy. I can't quite say Vampire Survive, because Vampire Survive, outside of a few abilities that fire off directly in front of you, you don't really control where those go or when they fire off. It's so funny though, because a lot of people that have been playing this game a lot have tried to go back to do PoE 1's new season and are struggling very bad with not having WASD, like the ability to use the keys to move. And like there's a complaint as well when
I have no space for that.
let's see if we have anything to keep. There was a complaint as well with we'll hold on to that. All of these have either sockets or are yellow. This isn't though. Get out my inventory. Yeah, I really want these, but we don't get those yet, so. Now we haven't found the guarded tomb yet. That's a weird but fun fight. I actually like guarded tomb. I know a lot of people have guarded tombs very laggy. Also, have I moved this many rooms and not run into an enemy? What's going on? Oh, Final Testament. So this is Element. I don't know what I have of each, so let's just do lightning. Good. Element room, you get just one ring of that elemental resist. So it's not that big of a deal, but I just want it checked off. Like, we definitely didn't need it. My ring and jewelry box is like stupid full because I never fix it. Part of the reason is like you occasionally need that stuff, like a lower level. You'll need like especially against the wolf boss, the first time you come across the wolf boss. Shut up. I don't care about the Final Testament. I clicked on it just to click on it. Whoa! Whoa! Ah, what is all that? Oh, he's exploding nearby corpses. Okay. Rude. We're actually grabbing this entire tree, which is a little silly with a lot of the builds recently, because a lot of times you ignore like 90% of a path just because it doesn't have like what you want on it. There we go. Freed up some more space. We don't really care about the junk at this point. Like, I've got close to a mill. Unless I do a massive, like, overhaul of a build, I'm never going to burn through all that much. Unlike Unlike Diablo, where you kind of re-roll one piece of gear a bunch of times, and that's where your major like gold sync is. Because most of the sync in this is like extra currency, the gold's not as important. Like it's respec and like a handful of other things like random rolling for bows, which we might try here in a little bit. I definitely would love to have the one that increases our quiver strength or whatever it is. I don't remember the name of it, but even though I don't have the quiver I want with the extra pin, it'd be nice to have kind of just already have it in the bag type of deal. Like, yeah, it's going to be probably a bit weaker, but because of the way spells work, I don't necessarily need the weapon itself to be good. As long as it has like the projectile on it, and the one we're after is, you know, the pin, obviously, but you know, that's neither here nor there right now. All I have is a little dinky quiver. We'll find a better one at some point though. It's kind of frustrating because like they finally introduced like a proper like crossbow class to this one, and the best way to use the crossbow class is to not use the crossbow, which is kind of dumb. Like it feels very frustrating that like being a mercenary, you're better off using a quarterstaff or like some of the other weapons, just because of how strong Gimling is. But we already knew Gimling was going to be strong when they announced. It's just kind of, it's one of those like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I figured would happen. You know, like it's one that lets you have like extra gem sockets and makes all your like gems and stuff stronger, just like out of the box. Like, of course, the one that can equip more stuff is going to be stronger than the one that can't. Like, hey, here we go. No, this isn't the guarded tomb. This is a different tomb. That's unfortunate. I thought it was for a second, but that's not the isn't the layout for it's not the layout for the protected tomb. Guarded tomb, whatever it's called. I kind of feel bad because like Nia and Elian have been playing this game, and they're struggling for two reasons. One, couch co-op is just busted. There's so many times it breaks for absolutely no reason. Elian's got a character that's not going to come online until after they beat the story the first time. His melee build warrior is not great. My warrior isn't even melee build. I have him running minions. I've seen some people like do the first half with like just giving a warrior a bow and running them like they're a ranger, then fixing it later. Like, here we go. Yeah, we love Elian and Nia. They're fantastic. You know, it might actually be better for us to do the sarcophagus on this side. Maybe. I don't know yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's my orb? Orb! There we go. Sheer just number of stuff in here. This isn't the biggest guarded sarcophagus I've seen though, so we were in one yesterday. Day before yesterday, that had like 3 times the amount of minions. Because it was fully open on every side. Yeah, this one was actually kind of nice. That wasn't stressful at all. Did that count? Yep. Check, check, check. All we got to do is fight the boss at the end of the map now, which I think is this one. Is it this one? The other one, because it didn't have a checkpoint outside of it, and I purposely didn't go into it. Oh, what did I just click on? That was weird. I tried to... Oh, that's why. I tried to teleport to somewhere, and it had already teleported, and I tried to teleport again. But yeah, the unfortunate thing is like, Nia's missing out on some very key, like, components for her build to be good. Elian's missing out on some key components for his build to be good. And between that and then fighting, not the Halani Shrine, is it? Wasn't it the heart of something? No, it was this one. Yeah, like, she really needs more spirit. There's two, like, really cheap intro level pieces that if they had, her build would be, like, way better. But one, they're kind of on the rarer side, even though they're entry level equipment. But it makes it to where she goes from having like 4 minions total to having like 12. Like, and the damage jump in that is so high that like it's ridiculous. The survivability of warriors right now is also in like a weird state because armor's not very good, but warrior's ability to block is like so much higher. So unless you're dual wielding two-handers, like, you kind of just want to shield at all times, which then immediately makes your damage less. Like, it's not in a very good like low level state, but then like high level state, like it just deletes entire rooms with one swing. Like, the balance there, it feels weird. Oh man, I was too busy talking. The balance there feels weird, but it kind of on purpose, you know. They did the same thing with oh god, there's a class in Diablo 4 that can equip like a two-hander, 2 one-handers, and something else. You can equip like 4 or 5 weapons, and you can stat stick those to the max and make it like really easy for them to hit like ridiculously large types of damage. And it takes no real effort to do that. The problem is like, before you start getting good stuff in every slot to work as a stat stick, you are out of luck as far as doing damage in the early game, because you just get deleted too fast. And the warrior in this game has the exact same problem. Not the stat sticks, but the just being really weak early game. There's some like really cool builds you can do, but like, you know, if you make a warrior for mobbing, then they struggle really bad. If you set them up for like mobbing, it makes them really hard for them to kill like bosses and vice versa. Like, it doesn't take much for them to be like really weak, and like armor doesn't really protect you against a lot of different damage types, especially bosses, because most bosses are doing an element of one kind or another. Like, it's just kind of like a stinky spot, and I feel bad because I know like at this point, between that and the couch co-op, they're kind of just done in general. I'm just like, no, my favorite game. This is by far one of my favorite ARPGs that I've played in like a really long time. Except for maybe, actually, what's the name of that? There's two that kind of play this way. V Rising and No Rest for the Wicked. It's not quite the same, but those are technically ARPGs. Those are I am on a roll today. Is it because I'm streaming? Did I get the alleged streamer luck? Am I finally blessed with something? Terrible back, but streamer luck? Oh. That's not great. 10% extra movement speed when at full life. 100% increased evasion rating at full life. So if I take even 1 point of damage from fire, if I take sneeze and like pull my groin, the piece of gear is just immediately useless. That is terrible. Oh man, I'm still throwing it in the box. We're still holding on to it, but that's stinky. I'm like, oh, streamer, look, I got yet another unique, and I got yet another kind of useless one.
Who is this?
Halani, the water goddess.
Pale woman? At last. Please. End
Hold on, let's do
my
this.
suffering. My followers are long since dust.
Okay, I'm gonna let her
I
talk.
am but
Grab a drink.
my veins dry as sand. I ask you, Tale Woman, to use that one element that may finally end me. My opposite, fire. It must be done.
Okay, I'm back. Now, this lady has been cut open and most of her water removed. So we then have to burn her to get more water.
Thank you.
Which is just weird.
The Ardura would not understand this. I must keep this to myself for now.
Yeah, the whole reason this was turned into a desert is because she's been injured and missing for so long. We just got rid of the ability for them to have water in the desert. So they, yeah, the people of this area would not be happy with us.
There was a
Is I-
goddess of water lying at the heart of Keth.
She's like, we're not going to tell anybody about what has happened. First person we talk
It
to.
is my sacred duty to keep our tales, but I know nothing of this goddess. How could we, Maraketh, have forgotten something so important?
Yeah, immediate first person we talk to. Hey, by the way, we killed a god and stole their life water. Is that all right? Good, good. It's one of y'all. Like, sure, it's okay. I'm doing this to kill a worm creature. You know, as you do. I'm sure it's fine. What's the worst that could happen? No, we just God, what's that that show called Doom? Oh, ooh, hold on. We're gonna sidetrack for a minute. Because I do not know what you just redeemed. You're gonna have to wait. What did you redeem? Posture check, but I just got up. My posture is about as good as I'm going to manage. I will drink some more water. That's why I had to get up for a second and just let her yap as I reached over and realized I was out of drink. I have not been checking this to actually see if I've gotten into the Dune Awakening beta. I submitted for it and then like never followed up on it. Ba, 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 ba. Part of the new NVIDIA system, yada yada. That's just a news email. I might need to, we'll add that to the list of stuff to do post stream, but I might need to double check and see what's going on with that, because I might not have properly submitted my application for that. There's a bunch of stuff like recently that when I was fighting the CPU and trying to get all that fixed, that a bunch of other like kind of unrelated problems happened all at the same time that I thought was unrelated and turned out maybe not as unrelated as I thought, you know, one of those. At one point I'll fix this mess. Probably not. Ha ha ha. Jail with you. I don't know.
Do that.
I've been keep trying to oh man, I was trying to turn the map like I was playing freaking World of Warcraft again. Actually got two characters over there now. I got a warrior and a druid. I spun up another character because I wasn't entirely sure how often I get to play with Rye. And on days that I had extra time while I'm waiting for, you know, Kingdom Come, I might as well do something, right?
Yes.
So I spun up another character to be able to do that with them and not outpace them. I'd rather us kind of just act as a giant mob running across the map. Do I have everything I need for Valley of the Titans? I do. Valley of the Titans, really poor map for our build. We're going to struggle a little bit in here due to the walls not... Welcome back. The walls being really far apart is going to cause some, like, issues. The fact that the lightning is faster is good, but... unfortunately, some of the enemies aren't 100% active till we, like, get in their area. Like the little, I don't know, they're kind of like rock golems, but they're like made out of like stone gears. It's a very weird setup of them. I'm like not damaging that beetle in the slightest. Very good. Good. Now, in this map, we are looking for 4 things. There are 3 faces with a switch that we have to activate. And then there's one giant shrine that we, there's a giant shrine. We have to place those 2 pieces we got from the other map inside of it. It's so weird. The quiver system is so odd. Because, like, if it doesn't have any stat points on it, it's always the lowest level. Like all white quivers have the exact same like base stats on them. It isn't until they're like upgraded that they're above that, but then like you can't forcibly upgrade their level. I don't know, it's really weird. It's like a very odd way they kind of handle the way the quivers work. Okay, so our first playthrough for Henry in Kingdom Come 2 is we're gonna be as peaceful and nice as possible, which also means less stealing. Now, I still might break into people's houses, steal their stuff, and then immediately put it back. Because, like, unfortunately, there's a lot of quests in that game that require you, well, not that game, but in the first game required you to, like, break into a murderer's house, and, like, their stuff in there that you're doing your investigation for is in a locked chest, and the only way to get it is to either pick their pocket and get the key, or know how to pick locks. Well, unfortunately, in that game, the best way to learn how to pick locks is to pick the locks peasants, because they have the weakest and crappiest locks. Same with stealing stuff, like, and they've changed the stat now. It's not, I think pickpocketing and lockpicking are now in the same tree of thievery. So we might be seeing that a little different too. It might be that we just need to unlock everybody's doors and just like leave them. What I did in the first one. There's these two towns right outside of Peshek's. What's it called? A water mill. A meal? Water mill? Water mill. Bleh. He makes flour. God. There's the two houses right outside his water mill that had like the worst locks in the entire game. They were like very easy and ridiculously like easy to pop. Yeah, meal. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I like code switched for a minute and forgot what my accent sounded like. It's such a funny thing with like there's all this like neurodivergent stuff with problems with stuff like that, like forgetting what your own voice sounds like, forgetting what accent is your accent. Like, could you imagine like just the stories of people that like have been in a coma their whole life and woke up knowing Chinese, like, but instead of that, you forget how you sound yourself and you just sound like somebody else. Like, just suddenly one day you sound like Sean Connery for absolutely no reason. I feel like this build has slightly too much setup, and once I can no longer have to deal with the fire rings, like, I definitely don't want to anymore. Like, having to place this, and then that, like, 3 abilities to start doing damage is not a great setup. Especially when you compare the, like, the lightning rod arrows. The lightning rod arrows and their ability to proc damage is so ridiculous that there's a build where you put this down and you just rain the lightning rod arrows in it and they instantly explode. But outside of that, yeah, I don't know. I do know a little bit about the start of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I saw a little bit of that. Carnage did like a first 3 hours look of the thing, and they had like the developers in there and stuff, and it was kind of a cool old time. But the thing that they did a developer video, like I want to say like 2 months ago, that was allegedly also showing off the beginning of the game, but apparently not actually the beginning of the game, because what they showed off like a week or so ago was an entirely different beginning of the game. So I don't 100% know what we're getting ourselves into. I know it's gonna be fun. It's kind of really all that matters. Like, if we can get a proper Monster Hunter Wilds, like, I'm gonna be really excited for that too. I'm using the, like, being excited about games and stuff to make it a little bit easier to deal with my back issue. I just kind of like bury my head a bit and like play games so I don't have to think about it. Then I find nothing but garbage. Garbage on garbage, I swear. Hey, we found one of the things we need. Trying to do this on PC is really weird. When we did it, like, dragging those up, I have to make sure everything's open before we, like, put it in the spot, right? Which, you know, not that big of a deal. But, doing it on controller is even weirder because of the, like, interaction. You have to, like, pick it up and place it without targeting it. It's, I think they've patched it a few times to make it better, but it's never felt great. You know, we should probably do the mana recovered from flasks, but I'm gonna go the charm. The extra, I need to actually swap that out at town. Let's do that real quick before I forget. It's not like really massively important for me to do this right this second, but if I don't do it, I'm gonna forget. There is a charm that breaks you out of stun. I would love to be able to equip 2 of... Oh, no. Am I out of stun charms? I am out of stun charms. That is unfortunate, but that explains why this character doesn't have one. I don't have any more. Okay, well. Not worry about that then. Oh god, what was I doing? I don't remember what map I was on. Valley of the Titans? Yeah, this is something the like burying my head in games is something I had to do when I was really sick before they figured out like the thyroid thing, because it just felt so bad at all times. Like, you have fibromyalgia. I'm like, maybe, but like that doesn't sound accurate. One, I'm a dude. That already makes it 1 in 10,000. Like, the amount of times they tested me for lupus before too was like really high. We just know you have it. I'm like, then why does the test come back negative? You know, whatever. And then doctors wonder why we can't trust them. Ah. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Meme sounds. I don't know. Oh man, I wish I had Blink already. The unfortunate thing is like, Blink is such a luxury that like, even if I had the spirit to do it right now, I would not waste. If I was playing hardcore, yeah, like, you rush to Blink. It's too useful for survivability, but until I get to running maps where if you die, you just immediately fail your map. Until I get to that point, like, survivability is not as big of a deal. You die, ooh, so let, you know. Especially since in a lot of cases on the higher maps, once you get out of Act 1, Act 2 and on, if you die, it like respawns most of the mobs. And there's been times where I've gotten multiple essence spawns because the location it spawned, I beat the essence fight and then like died to something stupid, and then the essence respawned, so I got to farm more essence. Essence is an upgrade material that you can kind of choose what your upgrade path is. Kind of. Like, Yeah, I don't think I have any of them on me. They do stuff like increases levels a white to a blue with a lightning augment on it. So yes, it's still partially random, but you're already starting in the tree that you want if you're doing like a lightning build. But unfortunately, they're kind of rare to the point where like it's not like really important for you to get a bunch of them. What's lightning exposure again? Oh. Let's do that first. So far, normally pin in this game is like way better than everything else. And because you can't stack pin directly, you try to find like weird workarounds for it. Like the lightning thing, the what is it? Conductivity will stack due to it being like an applied curse.
Didn't break a sweat.
There's a bunch of stuff about this game I don't like 100% understand. There's like a poison build that's all about exploding corpses, but you do it by stepping on them with like a specific pair of boots. Like, and you don't fight anything. You kill like one target and then that's it. The rest of the time is just you sprinting around. This specific lightning one is a lightning build where you don't, the lightning build where I use a bow and a quiver and I don't shoot a single arrow. Like, none of that makes any sense when you say it out loud. Okay, we still have one more face to find. We found this one, and this was the, oh my god, is it that? That might be actually what we need. Let's go down. This looks like it. Oh, man. Did not mean to yawn in y'all's ears. Yeah, kind of steppies. Just a little bit. And this is a fake hole. Cool. Even better. Even better. That means that it's most likely this area. Not the end of the world. There's certain things, too, in this game where it's like you want to look for whites and grays. Can't remember what it's called. It's like the Orb of Chance, I think. And it gives you a chance of getting like a legendary or a unique item. Or destroy the item. I know I bring it up a lot, but it's because it's just such a weird mechanic. And like, Orbs of Chance are like a little bit harder to get, but they're also like kind of 100% useless. Apparently the chance of it turning into a unique is so low. Like, maybe for the people that are doing solo self-found, it's probably worth it. But like anybody that has like access to the auction house, there's like better ways to get stuff. It's so funny too, because like when you first play a sorcerer, everybody uses this move. If it's the first time they're ever playing, let's you know, they use the stupid spark move, and they're like, oh wow, that looks unimpressive. And I'm just over here like, I'm going to make an entire build based on it, but I'm not going to use a wand or a staff. I'm going to use a bow and arrow because of some weird, crazy happenstance combinations of stuff that make it work. And that's what I'm going to throw down that hill. It's like the mercenary build that doesn't use a crossbow, it uses a staff. Like, it makes no sense. The poison ranger build that uses corpse explosion as its main way to deal damage. Like, both of those just sound insane on the surface. Okay, And we've got that selected. All of those are done. So let's go down into the Titan's Grotto. This has a thing. Yeah. I can't wait though, because like
I have heard whispers of
there's a bunch of, let me see if I have a,
where titans fought and
I had a spirit one at some point. There's a bunch of classes we don't have yet because the game's like still in alpha. And as far as I can tell, we get like a transforming one where you can turn into like bears and stuff. It's like a druid build. Somebody was saying something the other day talking about debuting VTuber models and how it's kind of like showing a magical girl transformation, because you're like, hey, look, this is my hand. Like, look at it change to this hand. Oh man, look, it's my foot. Here's my hair. Here's my entire model in its new outfit. Ba, 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 ba. I was like, I never thought about it that way, but yeah, entirely debuting a model. If you do like a full like debut extravaganza thing, it's just a magical girl transformation. And like, I kind of love that in ways that make no sense. It's just so silly and so accurate all at the same time. What's the thing? Like, how can you say something so so awful but true or whatever? I can't even remember what the phrase is. These like tri-resistance dudes are such a pain in the butt. He doesn't do a lot of damage. He's just like, I can't stun him. He's stun resistant. Can't really do a ton of damage to him elementally because he is elemental resistant. I'll grab these, but I have a feeling these are garbage. Oh, that's right. I have this weird twig thing. Not even using that. That's got to go back in the box. That has got to go back at some point because I have not been doing that. There we go. Not pile of garbage on the ground. Awesome. There is a staff build that works like Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter? I think that's what it was called. In Diablo 3. They had this specific ability in Diablo 3 where he would spin in a circle like a tornado, shooting at the closest target next to him. And there's a staff move that works kind of similar, that you just spin like a tornado. People have combined that with like teleport to target. So you just spin like this crazy out of control tornado, teleporting to all your enemies and like blinking around. And it's kind of ridiculous and amazing all at the same time. There's another one that's spreads poisons, and he's poisoned like one dude, and it'll just poison everybody else on the map, which feels so much like one of the builds for, what's it called? There's like a Pagan magic user in Diablo 3, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Voodooist. Voodoo? No, that's not right. Was it there? No. The one that threw the spiders. I can't remember its actual proper name. You're no help. Oh god, the bats. What? This happened the last time I fought bats. I was nowhere near that bat when I died. I don't understand. Oh, I thought I saw a checkpoint over here. I guess I didn't. Unfortunate. Anyway, that class, the one I can't remember, you would throw out an ability called Haunt and another one called Contagion. And both of them would spread to the next target when that first one died. So you'd throw both of those out and then just chase after them as they wipe out the entire map. Witch Doctor, yeah, that's it. It was a silly build that probably was not working as intended. There was a legendary item, or unique, whatever we're calling it. I don't even know. Changes per game now. There was one that would double up. It made like a doppelganger of you, and it would double up all of the skills you cast. So when you cast one skill, it would do a version of its own. So you combined that with the Witch Doctor had the ability to summon these like little tiki guys that had a knife, and you could have like, it was like 32 of them on the screen with that skill. So you did that, and you had the queen spider jars, and just cover the entire screen in minions. Like, it was ridiculous. And at first, I thought this game didn't have any of the fun, weird builds like that. I'm starting to see more and more stuff of people coming up with crap that makes absolutely no sense, and it thrills me to no end. I know at one point all the fun will be inevitably like pulled out of the game. Not by the developers, but like people will min-max builds so hard that the game is just not as fun anymore. That's just unfortunately how it works. Where it's like, oh no, because you don't have the helm of whatever while eating this chip from the Spanish Inquisition, you can't come join us. So it's kind of similar in Dark Souls games, Souls-likes. Where it's like, what do you mean you played this using summons? You needed to play it blindfolded while someone poked you with a fork the whole time. The only true way to play the game. Everything else is just easy mode. I've never understood that. Like, the guy that even makes those games, it's like, there's a reason why. He had this interview where he was talking about there's a reason why there's so many ways to help you do fights, like potions and summons and stuff. And it's because he can't beat any of the fights of his own game. So he put the summons and stuff in the game so that he could at least beat it. And I'm like, that's fair. You know, like, I'd be pretty upset if someone built a game that they couldn't beat, so they didn't even know whether it was possible to finish it or not. It'd be really upsetting to me. You know, I think Cast on Shock is inevitably going to be really good. Now that we're starting to get like some proper procs on it. There's a way, I'm not entirely sure how, but I saw a hardcore build for Ranger that bases itself off of shock, and it shocks them to the point that they can't move. And I don't know what causes it, but it's like an electrocution, not just a shock. And you like shock them in place, and they all just stand there and kind of like, you know, the thing from Home Alone, the first one, where the guy like grabs the doorknob and it shocks him until you can see his bones. It does that. And he just stands there and like jiggles as you like shock him some more. But I feel like this would actually probably be a very good version of that if I could figure out exactly how they were causing it. Because like shock normally just increases their ability to take more damage. Like it doesn't, it's not a CC effect. As far as I know, anyway. So it's got to have some sort of like augmented piece of gear or something that's causing it. I'm not sure. But there's so many of those builds in this game where it's like, if you combine this belt and this ring, you suddenly just cannot take damage. And you're just, wait, what? How did you find that? I don't understand. Like, other than just playing for a dumb amount of time, like, I don't understand how some of the builds come about. Like, I have that one pair of gloves that makes it to where it changes all your element types over to, like, other element types. And, like, every build I've seen that's tried to use the gloves has cannibalized itself. where it's not doing any damage, but I haven't seen anybody using a chaos build. Like, would that suddenly make it work? Like, I don't know.
Desert fire.
Like, exclusively using chaos damage as that pair of gloves is creating all the other damage types. Do that, and then like a blasphemy that's literally running every curse. That could be something. I don't know. The unfortunate thing is to get to the point to being able to test that, you've got to play the game for like 60 hours every character. So when people are like constantly cranking out builds, I'm just like, how respecking an entire spec is like millions of gold. Finding all those legendaries is one thing. Like, I guess, you know, with the market and everything, you could technically find a ways around to that, but you then still have to spend hundreds of currency, like exalteds or divine orbs, to even attempt to see if the build works. Like, it might not even work on paper. Like, I know there's a new like build calculator site, but like, there's nothing to say that site's 100% accurate. It's just doing surface level calculations, but the amount of times we found games to be lying. Freaking Hand of Khonshu, freaking Moon Knight's ult doing double damage and no one ever realized. That ult, there's a combo where you ult as what's his name? Groot. You ult as Groot, which pulls everybody into a spot, and then you have Hand of Khonshu on top of it. And there's not a way in the game to save them from that combo. Like, if they hit you with the grab and Eye of Khonshu at the same time, you're dead. Even if you stack every single one of the like healer ults on top of each other, you can't live out of it. The only other one that does that, or does something similar to that, is Honda's ult. And hers can just be straight blocked. Like, Hand of Khonshu can't be blocked because of the way the hands work. I would love nothing more than for Doctor Strange to be able to look up with his shield out and like absorb some of that, but it passes through his shield and hits the ground anyway. And then you take double damage from it. It's kind of gross. But games have stuff like that all the time. Stuff where it's like, the way to increase your damage is to actually decrease it to minus 500, because then it loops over negative overflow to positive 2 million damage. It's like, wait, what? There's a bug in, I want to say it's Vampire Survivors, that you can overflow positive, and then it'll put you to taking damage from your like own stuff or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw it. The people being able to test these combinations kind of blows my mind, because I already feel like I play way too much. So when people are like, yeah, all you got to do is farm up this. It only takes like 300 hours. I'm like, fucking game's been out for a day. How'd you manage that? I wonder how this is going to turn out for me, this like specific fight. Because it's like a circle that's small enough that he can always be hit. It might be fine. I don't even have to aim. I just have to dodge and throw my lightning. Especially with these, like, they will inevitably... Ow. Thought I rolled through that. Guess I didn't. Yeah, there's, one of the main streamers for this game was on like a podcast before this one came out. He was talking about Path of Exile 1. He's like, you know, if you're going for certain builds, you really want to focus on, like, if you only have casual time to play the game of like 8 hours a day, then this is the build you're going to want to go with. And I'm like, what do you mean a casual play of 8 hours a day? Excuse me? Just, you know, just casual entire work week. longer than a work week because it's 8 hours a day every day is casual, and I'm like, no, yeah, we're not doing that. I'll make some funny little builds and whatever, and I'll play the game and have fun with it. But I'm not dedicating 8 hours a day to a game that doesn't feel like there's enough content to warrant it. Just, you know, just casually, casual 8 hours a day of playing a game. Like, it just blows my mind. And it was one of those, like, someone called him out on it. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, casual full-time business? Like, what? We think you've been lost in the sauce for too long because that's ridiculous. The other thing, like, lost the plot, like, just kind of feels like it a little bit. I'm burning through mana so hard. Oh no. Oh, good. Thought I screwed that up. Where's my minions? Aren't you supposed to be sending minions out right now? I need potions, man. There we go. Oh god, I don't have mana to kill the minions. To get my mana back. Well, that is unfortunate. That is 8 different types of unfortunate. Not a good sign. We might need to head back. See if I can buy a bigger potion bottle. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I might need to put, just for this fight, put the cost reduction back on.
Stay inside.
Okay. Didn't I have something that like increased mana regen? Thought I did. I don't. Came back here for, oh, I was going to buy a potion bottle. That's right. And she has a bunch of garbage. That's my favorite.
Browse as long as you like.
Life per hit. Physical, physical, physical. Fire damage. Garbage, 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 unfortunately.
Sands guides you.
You know, we have a little bit of money. Let's do some Gamba before we head back.
An outcast's trove.
Unfortunate.
The deal is done.
Ooh. Hey, look at that. That actually worked out for us. I'll have to do something with that one, but
The deal is done. I will take this.
did she have quivers? She does. You know, I'm not even entirely... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I don't have high enough decks. Okay. Let's hold on to this one for now.
I will take this.
I was wanting it to be... There's like a main stat, but it might not be... Let's call it there. I need to figure out what to do if I want to try to use this with the higher decks. How much decks do I have, actually? Oh gosh, I'm really shy. Is 2 really worth it? Don't know. Let's hold on to those for now. And we'll check the box one last time. But for some reason, I thought I had already had that bow. I've checked a few times, and I just don't. And I'm like, I could have swore I did. Like this one, Chill Magnitude. Like, could I make that the bow I'm looking for? Could I make a weird build out of that? Yeah, it's unfortunate. None of this stuff is going to work out the way I want. Like, at all. Oh, well. Let's just try again, I guess.
I hear you.
Not having, like, the backup potions I was looking for is going to kill us a little bit. What was the other thing I was planning on doing? I was going to swap. Have full inspiration, and we'll throw it like that. See if that helps. Cut back on our mana usage.
You know why I am here. Relent.
It's not using my curse. Curse this fool, man. There we go. Ow. Having to roll too much. I'm like losing out on a lot of uptime. This being cheaper, though, is helping a lot. Like on phases where I'm just kind of like rolling around. Hello, Carolina, over on Kick. How's it going? I'm doing all right. This fight is kicking our butt a little bit. My build is dropping off slightly, which is unfortunate because I'm not getting the stuff I need to, like, power it. So we might have to look at changing it up and purchasing a skill I kind of wanted to avoid using. But it would be, fortunately, kind of too useful for us right now to not use. Oh. Definitely thought I was out of that, but it's going all right. My back pain's getting a bit much. To be honest, I'm kind of ready for stream to be over, but I made it to the end of stream, which I originally, when I got on, did not think was going to be possible. So I am actually a little thrilled about that. I rolled right into that. That's unfortunate. I'm frozen. Oh no, I didn't know this could freeze. I will never. Give me a second, Lucy, and I'll get some fluid. I'm too hyper-focused right now. Oh, minions again. There we go. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Oh, that wasn't, but, you know. Oh, I see what the problem is. The reason why I can't place my, my vulnerability on him is, mildly silly. They all exploded at once. Okay. Well, I got my drink in. Oh, that went a whole lot smoother, though. Right till it suddenly didn't. You know what I need? I know exactly what I need, and it's going to feel stupid, but it'll technically work out for us in the long run. I didn't realize freeze was going to be a problem in here. So let's do... which one of these will be good? I would probably just throw this back in here for now. I don't have any good necklaces on right now either. Hold up. Hold up. What if I pad with this? Let's do this for now. That'll give us the, yeah, go ahead, Carolina. That'll give us +3 to our, spark. Now that does make it expensive, but I should be throwing out quite a bit more of it.
You know why I am here. Relent.
So frustrating that the first attack doesn't count.
Wall of flame.
If anything, this actually feels kind of slower. And it's definitely more mana expensive. But we knew it was going to be more mana expensive when I equipped the like higher projectile cost. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's fine, Carolina. If you want to send me something on Twitter, I'll look at it, but not really too interested right now. This guy's kicking my butt today. I don't think I've ever like struggled. I've never even realized those minions as many times as I've played through this game. I didn't realize those minions froze you. Ooh. Okay. Oh, not the right button. It's a bit of a waste. You know what he hasn't done yet? Has he done the knife thing yet? Excuse me? Where'd I just roll off to? I went to the void. I got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Out of mana.
There we go. This move. They're like falling up through the map. What is, oh my god, what was that? Two of them are trapped outside of the arena. This guy's like going crazy. Oh my gosh. There we go.
More may roam here. It's time to go.
That was way smoother that time.
It is warm.
And it was exclusively just from, I didn't get froze a single time. I still had my one charge. Or I regained one. I'm not entirely sure, but. Okay, so we're going to head back to town. And I'll do a little bit of inventory management. We might finish that quest up too, because it's just a bunch of clicking. But we will not be jumping to the big fight. Because there's like a really long dungeon after this. And I don't feel like doing all that right now.
It'll take my finger.
Really? It's not gonna let me place that way? Okay. Dumb.
This is
That's dumb, but okay.
honor.
I will tell your tale.
Still don't know what to do with these two just yet. This one's really good. This one has the extra pierce, so I think we're gonna hold on to that. But I think for now we're gonna throw this bow in our ranger box. Yeah. In the ranger box that goes. We're gonna hold on to this for now, which is unfortunate because that's gonna take up a bunch of space, but I'm not completely sold on getting rid of it yet. That can also go in the box. Life regen is like amazingly good in the lower levels. Sure. I don't even know what to say at that point. We're just gonna leave that be the way it is. Okay. So, that brings us to the time that I finally get to rest. I am now way too big for the screen, but that's fine. I have absolutely no idea who we're going to raid, because I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was kind of just burying my head and we were going with it. You know what? I have not. Wait, who did I raid last time? I don't remember. There's a way for me to look that up, actually. Give me a sec. I do try to spread it out a bit. I know sometimes I'm like, oh man, and I just raid like the same person over and over again. None of my mod actions are... Oh, we raided Lumen last. Because we wrapped up the collab with them. And we raided Lumen. Cool. So, we're going to go raid the incredibly sweet Kiora of Mist. They're a PNG tuber, play a lot of retro games, but they're also incredibly sweet and very nice to our channel. So we're going to go say hi to them. I'm going to get some rest and lay down so my back stops hurting. And we might stream tomorrow. As long as I'm able to in the morning, we will. Whether it's going to be a long one or not, who knows? We won't know till then. Outside of that, though, thank y'all for stopping in. It means a lot. It really helped me feel a whole lot less depressed today to have some people to like. That's one of the bigger reasons I stream. Is just to have people to talk to. So, thank you guys. Y'all have a great one, okay? I still haven't made that yet. Oh, God. Thank you, Lychee. That's our raid message. Go ahead and use it. I always forget.